Buenos días, estudiantes. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes, wherever you are here in the best place of learning basic Spanish with me. My name is Maria Capella-Miller, and today we are going to cover a very important verb, and that is the verb to be. To be, we use it so much on the first place, and the situation about to be is that it has two translations in Spanish, so and they are not interchangeable, so we have to learn each one of them and the uses of each one of them in order to minimize the incidence of errors. Remember, I speak English as a second language. We don't want perfection, we want communication always. So with that said, let's begin with the recognizing the parts of the verb to be in English. This part covers singulars when you have only one person moving the verb, and this part covers plurals when you have two or more people managing the verb. So let's begin with the person, the pronoun, and the conjugation. So the first person is I am, the second person is you are, and the third person is he, she, it is. And in the plurals, the first person is we are, the second person is you all are, and the third person is they are. With that in mind, let's go to Spanish. So there are two translations, and as I mentioned, and they are ser and estar. To be translates ser and estar. So let's begin with ser. The verb ser, and here we have the pronouns. You can make a parallel between the two of them always. So the pronouns are here and the verb conjugation is here. Let's do the verb ser. First person, yo soy. Second person, tú eres. Third person, usted es. These two are going to translate you. And what happens in Spanish is that you are going to always find the familiar and the formal way of communicating. The familiar form, and it is very cultural and at the same time very important, because you don't want to confuse the two of them. So the familiar is when you are talking to a child or when you are talking to your brother and things like that, and the formal is when you talk to a person that you don't know. It could be the president of the university or an older person that you were introduced to. So the informal you singular is tu. Notice that there is an accent here, so when you have to write it, don't forget that accent, because there are two tus, one with an accent that is a pronoun, and another one without the accent, which is a possessive adjective. So these small details are important. So tu is the familiar pronoun, and usted is the formal pronoun, and please keep that in mind because it is going to happen in all the verbs that we are going to learn from now on. So, tú eres and usted es. And you cannot confuse the partner of each one of these pronouns, which partner goes in the verb conjugation. So, for tú eres, usted es. And for él, ella, or for things, él, ella, es. In Spanish, the pronoun it doesn't exist as a personal pronoun, but there are some it's like el escritorio, the desk, and then you have to be here. And in the plural, nosotros somos, that is the first person plural, vosotros, vosotras sois, ustedes son. So in Spanish you have the same situation of the plural where you have the formal and the informal. However, the one that is mostly used in Central America and in South America and in the population in the United States, here where we are right now at the university, ustedes son is the most used. But when you go to Spain, for example, for a visit, for a conference or whatever, vosotros, you will be learning that pretty soon. And ellos and ellas son. So let's go again through this. Yo soy, tú eres, usted es, él, ella es, nosotros somos, ustedes son, ellos, ellas son. And my friend students, you need to memorize this verb conjugation. And how do you memorize that? With practice. Write it 2 times, 3 times until you internalize this conjugation. So when do you use ser? Use ser when you are describing the characteristics of a person. For example, él es, let me see what you are. Okay, él es disciplinado, elegante, perseverante, persistente. Are you that way? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so characteristics. I am using words that are similar from English to Spanish, so to build the vocabulary little by little. Vocabulary is rich, but I am trying to use the cognate words that are the similar ones from English to Spanish. Place of origin, nationality. Yo soy de Colombia. ¿De dónde eres tú? ¿De dónde eres tú?
Soy del Salvador.
Soy del Salvador. Soy. It is nationalities, place of origin, use ser. Occupation and profession. Yo soy profesora. Ustedes son estudiantes. Telling time, son las 2:15, es la 1:30, and when, where an event will take place. La conferencia es en el salón de conferencias, la conferencia es en la biblioteca, and so forth and so on. So keep in mind these uses. Are there more uses of ser? Of course, because languages are rich, but this is a good example about learning that you have to be careful when you are using ser and when you are using estar, being ambos translated as to be. Now, what is the conjugation of estar? I have the person moving the verb, I have the pronouns here, I have the verb conjugation here. And let's begin reviewing it. Yo estoy, tú estás, usted está, él, ella está. So I am, you are formal, he, she, it, is. These two, remember, this one is familiar, and this one is formal. And these two translate you. Now the plurals. Nosotros estamos, vosotros estáis, ustedes están, ellos, ellas están. And please memorize this one. Pretty good. Practice with this one. So you don't use vosotros too much around here, as we mentioned. What are the uses of estar? You use estar for location. La universidad está en Melbourne, Florida. Emotions. Ellos están contentos hoy. Conditions. La puerta está cerca de la ventana. The door is close to the window. Nosotros estamos Nosotros estamos aquí, we are here. So all of this location, emotions, the students are happy. Los estudiantes están contentos. Now let's go to the next one, conditions. The door is close to the window. La puerta está cerca de la ventana. Some weather expressions. Está nublado. It is cloudy. And some forms of the progressive tense, such as nosotros estamos bailando cha-cha-cha. Nos gusta la música, ¿ah? Ok. Y los usos de estar están aquí: location, emotions, conditions, weather expressions, progressive forms. Anytime that you see that, make sure that you use estar and not ser. Let's do a little exercise here just to support these points. But remember, these are mini lessons. These are lessons that are basic, that cover an idea. You need to practice now using your textbook, using all the media that is available to practice Spanish. And I want to give a little credit to Duolingo. It is an app that you can unload on your telephone and practice all of this. So let's move to doing a mini exercise. So, ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Mis, my estudiantes move the head. My estudiantes do like. Okay, let's begin. Exercises with ser. So what should I plug in here? First one. Ella what? Es. Ella es bonita. She's pretty. What about ellos? Ellos son. Ellos son altos. They are tall. Nosotros somos. Nosotros somos inteligentes. We are smart. We are intelligent. What about yo? Yo soy profesora. And telling time here. Son las 9:10 de la mañana. Telling time is something that we are going to study as a lesson. So, but for now, we know that here we need the conjugation of the verb ser, because ser is used for telling time. Now, some exercises with estar. Yo estoy en la universidad. I am at the university. Ustedes están. Ustedes están en la clase. And please don't forget this little written accent here, which is it is throughout the conjugation of estar. Look, this is important because a word can mean another thing if you don't write that accent when you are writing. Él, what? Él with estar. Está, okay, él está enfermo, he's sick, and here, ellos están. Ellos están preocupados. Very good. You know your stuff. What you need to know, what you need to do now is practice. Watch this video again, and I want to give credit to all the people that have recorded this kind of videos before. You can use it so you can watch different versions of it, and also these ones can be used as tutoring. We are going to be using them at the university where I work. So for my students to have this other support. It was again a pleasure being with you, and I will see you soon.